It's time for some hoops at Pepsi Center, home of the Nuggets, and we're going to bring it to you live on 2K Sports. And as we start the weekend here on this Friday night, 2K Sports welcoming you to NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. Taking a look at Charlotte. This is a team in great mid-season form right now. A lot of things going right.
And coming off their championship last season, that success, I believe, carried right over into this one. They played at a high level all year long and stand poised to make another run at the title.
Well, yeah, and because of their success, they go into every game with a target on their backs. They have to understand that. But, man, they have been rising to the challenge.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. On the court for Charlotte, they've got Big Dog. Lights out there with Lee, and it's the Beast, and it's B-Train in at the 4. And the dunk by Joseph.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
Oh, yeah, and as a big man, you need such an aggressive move. That's the tone that you want to set, the attitude that you're trying to play with your teammates, Father.
Nice way to start the evening. His numbers getting calls, and for good reason.
Well, yeah, he's a guy who can carry you for stretches, long stretches in this game. You want to get him involved early and often.
Here's English. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game. Well, as we go deeper into the season, we see some teams, Chris, really start to shuffle things around with injuries. And what's it like playing on a team that is dealing with a lot of players that are injured?
It's frustrating. You don't know how much confidence to have in your team. You don't know what to believe in, what not to believe in. Rehabilitation is one of the most frustrating parts of playing in the game because it's boring, it's monotonous. You just continue to do the same thing every day. You start to feel kind of disconnected from your team, and you kind of start feeling down and bad. And so that feeling can become contagious on a team with injuries because you really honestly know that there's nothing else you can do but wait to heal. And so that's really frustrating. So being on a team with a lot of players injured is just frustrating. The only thing you can do is to encourage those players that are getting playing time to use this time to improve their game so that when everyone does come back, hopefully some good will come out of it.
If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Joseph against Howard. Lee kicks to Joseph. Passes it to Wolf. An easy layup after coming off the pit. The Beast's got his first 2 points of the night.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Jokic a screen, and Holiday has it in the corner. And that misses. That would have put him up. Charlotte in the lead. Jokic with the steal. And English kicks to Artest. It's tipped, and he recovers it. Here's Wolf, and that one is... hammered home.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it? Nuggets have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, I had a chance to catch up with Denver's head coach. The thing that jumps out of him the most about the team they're playing is the speed. He said we've got to hustle back on defense every time. This team loves to run, and we've got to run with them. I expect a back-and-forth pace tonight, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. Now, here's Joseph. What a tremendous game he played against the Clippers. Lee passes to Joseph. Back to Lee. Clock at 6. Dishes to Joseph. Pass to Wolf. Back to Joseph. There's B-Train. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Second chance shot. Count that one.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
The Nuggets trail by 6. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Outside our test. They need this one. Not a piece of it. Here's the Beast. A 23-point game for him in the win against the Clippers. And that's a foul called on the Beast. That is his first foul of the game. Denver's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Jokic a screen. And the pass to Petrovic. To Holiday. Jokic sets the screen for Holiday. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. That's a foul on Charlotte.
He's only listed at 6'4", but Holiday plays bigger than that. That's the case on D more than anywhere else. He can guard 3 positions, and there's a lot of value in that.
Well, yeah, Steve Clifford has done an amazing job here with the Hornets. One of the most underrated coaches in the league right now, and a big part of the Hornets' success. He's done a great job at maximizing the talents of his team.
Here's Wilkes. Joseph with the ball. He carries a very heavy load for him offensively, averaging nearly 32 points a game. Just 2 to shoot. Can't hit that one. And Denver the other way now. With Steve Clifford, you wouldn't be surprised if you won a Coach of the Year award in the future. Chris, his peers around the league admire what he's been able to do.
Well, and the fact that the Hornets have been a perennial playoff threat under him is huge. For a long time before Clifford, the Hornets couldn't string together winning seasons. The change from then to now, under his watch, it's been huge.
Now, here's Joseph. Off the pick. And it's Lee, that time on the assist from Joseph. Lee's got his second bucket.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Jokic a screen. Back to Holiday. Trying his luck deep. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Petrin's got his 3rd rebound on the night. And here is Joseph. Pass to Petrin. Here's the Beast. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. Here's Wilkes over Holiday, and it's good. With time running down in the shot clock. And the Hornets lead by 9.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Now the feed to English. And again, Denver no good.
Not quite airtight defense right there, but his release was a little bit off on the jump.
Pass to Wolf. Now the dish to Joseph. Here's the screen. Lee outside. From downtown, cranes it from beyond the arc. And now it's a 12-point Hornets lead.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Nuggets. Coming into this, having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
You could see it in that game, despite the odds going against them. Once it got to OT, they had that belief and resolve that they could win.
Yeah, well, by that point, their confidence levels were through the roof. They truly knew that they could hang with those guys.
Both teams will make substitutions. And Holiday kicks to Harris. And Johnson now top of the key. Barnes outside. He dishes it to Harris. Looking to end the run. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. They come into this having outplayed the Clippers last game.
I tell you what, how efficient they were at scoring the basketball, especially for an away game, that was impressive.
Good poise led to good shot selection, and that was the key to maximizing their opportunities.
And Chris, I know you've been executive producing and hosting various TV shows. You had a great NBA career, obviously, and it seems like you continue to find success. How's that been for you?
Well, I try to take the same lessons I learned in sports. You know, when I first got to Golden State, the first man I searched out was Chris Mullin and found out all of his habits and stole all of his knowledge, and I tried to take that and move forward, and I try to do the same in other areas. I try to work with the best. I try to learn, work hard, work my way up the rookie ladder and see what happens. And so I've just aligned myself with some really great people, some wonderful thinkers and hard workers, and hopefully it'll continue to have fun like I am doing. So it's been a great ride.
You're always learning, right? You never stop learning.
Man, come on. It's not just about a school or a class or one mentor. It's about everyday learning so that you can kind of learn and put people's knowledge with your unique sense of self and make it work. Why not learn on someone else's dime? Why go through life making mistakes when other people can kind of let you know, wait, I did this, you want to think about that, and kind of just put your own playbook together.
Mm-hmm. Now Brand, he's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Brand, a screen on Holiday. Here's Joseph. Pass to Brand. And good that time. And the Hornets lead by 16.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Now, here's Nene. An 11-point game for him in the win against Cleveland.
Yeah, but I like how he defended as well. You know, he got a couple blocks in that game and just an all-around great effort.
First trip to the line for him here. And the second free throw, good. Charlotte leading by 15. Now, here's Joseph. Screen by Brand. Three-pointer. Joseph, that's good. Joseph's got 7. Denver shooting well off the usual numbers, around 29% so far. Stolen by Joseph. Here's Lee. That one's not going to go. Some solid defense from Harris.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Holiday gets the bucket. Outside, Garcia. 1:58 left in the first quarter of the game. And Joseph kicks to Garcia. Here's Joseph. He's got 7. They set the pick. And Lee with the basket on the assist from Joseph. Joseph's got his 7th assist here tonight. The Nuggets trail by 17. And Holiday kicks to Barnes. Harris outside. Back to Johnson. Harris outside. Clock at 6. Over Joseph. That's tipped. 1:12 left in the first. Lee left side. Over Harris. No good from Lee. Denver's gone a meager 1 of 6 from three-point land since we got started tonight. Lee with the steal. Here's Joseph, and he elevates for the slam dunk. Nene did not like that one.
Aggressive coming out of the gate here, guys. Wow.
Yeah, you got to love it. Everything's working. Offense, defense, already a big lead.
And it's lights out with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the Hornets. ABC comes in for Lee, and it's Campbell in for Joseph. Holiday against Campbell. Yep, it counts. Holiday's got his second basket of the night.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Brand, a screen on Holiday. Campbell with it. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Clippers in Los Angeles.
And also 3 steals, so he showed some grit and determination on the defensive side.
For Charlotte, they have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And so Garcia nails both of them.
And doing a good job getting to the line and capitalizing.
And here's Holiday. He had 10 points in the win against the Cavaliers in Cleveland. And so it's Charlotte taking a 19-point lead into the break. Their defense has been active and effective. And we'll be back with you shortly.
Still coming out.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here.
Still coming out.
Hornets leading by 19. They've got Harrison Barnes. Johnson is out there with Nene. Then there's Harris. And it's Holiday in at the 1 spot. That's the group for Denver getting going here in the second. Outside, Garcia. Just 4 to shoot. There's a good screen. Here's Campbell, and he converts the layup. Campbell's got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for Charlotte.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Harris gets to Holiday. He feeds it to Barnes. Takes it from 10. The shot by Nene. No good.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Over to the wing. Now Campbell. Screen by Brand. Fires for 3, and another 3 for Charlotte.
Oh, simple screen, but there was a defensive mix-up that left the man wide open.
The Nuggets shooting at a 32% clip from the field. They're just not executing. Harris dishes to Nene. Campbell kicks to Garcia, and stolen by Barnes. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. The kick out to Holiday. Over Campbell. Holiday gets the bucket. Holiday's got 8. Now here is Brand. Brand, a screen on Holiday. Outside, Garcia. Here's Lyons. And it's the Hornets, another 3.
And offensively, they've done a great job here of staying in rhythm.
Yeah, of the two teams, they're taking the more makeable shots. Let's see if they can sustain it throughout the game.
Harris outside. Barnes outside. Johnson the screen. Barnes passes to Nene. 5 to shoot. Got a piece of it. Here's Garcia. 17 points for him last game against the Clippers.
And a lot of those points came at the free throw line. Really because of his aggression. He was playing the game with force, always catching his man on his heels.
The Hornets need to get a shot off here. Tries to keep it alive. No good from Campbell. For Denver, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Barnes outside. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Holiday against Campbell. Screen by Brand. Campbell kicks to Brand. Over Holiday. No good from Brand.
Thought he was going to be able to take advantage of the D there. He had the space.
Johnson dishes to Nene. Doesn't go that time. And Charlotte will come the other way. Last time they met was in Charlotte.
Yeah, they cruised to a win in these teams' last encounter, and their field goal percentage was off the charts.
Garcia passes to Boyd. Garcia Garcia's shot is good. Garcia's got 8 points.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Oh, you're up by double digits. They're trying to keep the momentum, keep the foot on the neck. That's his focus right now.
Time call here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. Well, we don't always get what we want, Chris, but if you were in charge of the dunk contest, which 4 players would you personally pick to make up the field?
Man, it's so tough. Wow. I think I definitely want to go with Levine. He's, the ex-dunk champ.
Yes.
Wow. Oh, that's a tough one. I mean, Westbrook, I think Paul George would be great in there. Of course, LeBron, Griffin. I don't know. Davis. There's so many high flyers. I just think it's so tough because sometimes the smaller guys have the advantage. Big guys feel like they can't do it because they won't be as exciting. I mean, even our worst dunk contest, I've fallen in love with because you get to see some incredible things. But, yeah, I'd start with them. There's so many other players you can pick.
And Jokic wide open. He shoots. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead.
Now the pass to Big Dog. Out of bounds. Denver takes possession. And if you're wondering where the points are coming from here tonight, here's a breakdown in the scoring between the front court and back court tonight for the Hornets.
And most of the damage being done by the backcourt. They've leaned on their guards big time, and the plan has worked to perfection. The small ball approach has been the way to go.
Feeds to Harris. Passes it to Petrovic. Harris against Campbell. Shoots from the elbow. Harris misses.
And as he squares up for mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Well, he did a great job of staying patient, letting the man make his move, and getting right up on the jump shot.
Here's the Beast. Some stats for him. He averages over 21 points a game. Here's Petrovic. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron.
But they lean on him for a big portion of their scoring, with a good reason.
Here's B-Train. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. And now the first timeout call here for the Hornets.
All right, a chance to look at the stats for Nikola Jokic. What a run he's been on over the past few weeks. Averaging 13 points per game, 10 rebounds, and 7 assists. And what sets him apart is his rebounding. And as you can see, he's been in peak form.
This last stretch, unbelievable tenacity going to the glass. It's been reflected in that stat sheet.
Lets it go. It's deflected. Here's English. He had 31 points in the win against the Cavaliers in Cleveland. And that's a foul called on the Beast. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
He just recorded his 3rd foul and a half. Coach has to consider resting him into the 3rd quarter.
Lee's checked in for Charlotte. Joseph comes in for Campbell. Harris misses.
And how many extra possessions have they gotten because of that rebounding edge?
You can build a lead in a number of ways. Obviously, rebounding has been the backbone of their efforts all night.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. They get it again. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, just nice strength there and then just off with the shot.
For Denver, they have gone 2 of 4 at the free throw line.
And they've shot the ball well this season in terms of their attempts, 81%.
Here's Charlotte now. They're on a 15-5 run here. On the wing, Lee. Joseph with the ball. He's got 9. Back to Lee. There's a screen. No good with the triple.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Here's Harris. The Nuggets with another miss. Charlotte has gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. Here's Joseph. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Joseph's got 11 points.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Pass to Petrovic. Jokic with it. Got a hand on it. And here is Joseph. He's got 11. And the dunk by Joseph.
Such a strong finisher for a floor general.
He was up high, and he came down hard. Exquisitely done.
Get out the way.
Move, and that pumps up his teammates as well. That's a statement play all the way around.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. So often there are some players who have one unstoppable move or something that they'll lean on if their team needs a basket. What did you feel your go-to move was when you were playing?
You know, I've said this many times. I just felt like my go-to move was just get a bucket. And so it depended on where I was on the floor. You know, I love the jump hook from the left block looking in, my 15-foot jumper, 17-foot jumper. I felt if I came off a pick and roll and I caught the ball live, I could drive or I could shoot the jumper that if you were a big fella, you were at my mercy. And so, you know, those are really my spots on the floor to really try to do damage. So, you know, it's just about the point guard, the team that you're playing with, what shooters are on the floor, in case you get double teamed, and just kind of knowing your game. And so I felt comfortable on many spots on the floor, and depending on what spot on the floor, time and possession, that's where I was going to go and just try to be successful.
I always felt you read well. You reacted well after your read.
Yeah, because, you know, I grew up on teams where coaches, you know, would want me to do the correct play, and just because you can shoot the jump hook, your favorite shot over 2 people, but if you have a wide open, great knockdown shooter in the corner, you're supposed to make that pass. And so that's what I mean about, you know, what's your favorite move? It really depends on where I was, because a lot of times it was to get my shot first, and then if I knew the defense was coming, it was to identify where that next guy was going to be. So if I didn't score, I was going to get the ball to the guy that was. It was an easy way to kind of control the pace and the play from the game from that post position.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
And English kicks to Jokic. They set the screen. Goes up off the pick. And he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
An offensive mastery right there. I mean, great move in the lane and then the flush.
But just no way for the D to handle it. Now Joseph, 17 points in the game. Kicks to Garcia. Back to Joseph. Charlotte moving it around. 6 on the shot clock. Lee outside. It's tipped. Here's Petrovic, covered by Lee, and Denver again with the bucket. Here's Dio. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Charlotte calls timeout. Drew Holiday checked in for Harris.
And checking out the numbers for Joseph, tremendous numbers for him over the last 10 games. Tops in scoring, first in assists, and he's a devastating finisher on the inside. The best field goal percentage in the league.
And his scoring abilities are just so far out of sight. Number 1 overall right now. No one's been able to slow him down or even come close. Here's Lee. He kicks it to Joseph. Good once again. That makes him 8 for 9 this game.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
And defensively, you know he's feeling good right now. And as the opposing team, you better adjust your scheme accordingly.
English misses.
Look, it hasn't happened yet, but he's got time to find his rhythm, and if he does, they can turn this thing around quick.
Here's Garcia, and he comes up with the deuce. Garcia's got 4 points now in the quarter.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
English misses.
He's still looking to get into a groove this quarter.
Charlotte's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. And Garcia kicks to Joseph. There's 25 seconds left to play in the first.
Oh! An incredible reverse throwdown. Excellent body control.
And guys, I'd even go as far to say that was a punctuation dunk. Here's English, covered by Lee. Here's English, and it's good from the elbow. English has got 8 points.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
And so it's the Charlotte Hornets, up by 33 points as the buzzer sounds. A huge lead for them. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. Back right after this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. After the first 2 quarters of play, it's Charlotte in control. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny, what did you see from them?
Well, it comes down to confidence. From the opening tip, these guys had that swag. They had the attitude that you can't beat us, we can only beat ourselves.
And big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Nuggets.
Well, they struggled in a number of areas. Protected.
And that's all we can do for...
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see. The Hornets shooting the lights out in this building, 68% from the field. And Charlotte looking at who they've got. We've got B-Train, Lee out there with lights out. Then there's Big Dog, and it's Wolf in at the 3. No good from Lee. Denver shooting about 33%, not happy with their play on that end. Outside Holiday, he tries for 3. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Big Dog's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Yeah, talent in this league has it so that now pretty much every team can push the pace. You have to get back on defense.
Holiday dishes to English. No good there. Here are the Hornets with the ball. Following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Suns in Phoenix. That puts them squarely in the middle of this 5-game road trip. Now it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Okay, with this break, let's run down the point guards, the most assists in the league in the past 10 games. And you look at Joseph, an uncommonly gifted passer, leading the league in assists.
And he's been doing everything you want from that position, getting everyone involved, making sure the defense has to worry about all 5 guys on the court.
Jokic a screen. Stolen away. And a fast break now for the Hornets. And that one is stuffed right through.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
And now a chance to take a look at the shot chart for Denver.
And every time he's pulled up from deep and let it fly, it's found a way to catch iron. Not sure if it is something with his release or the defense is bothering him on his threes, but I would expect him to attack the rim a bit just to kind of mix things up.
Lee outside. To the wing right side. Down to 5 on the shot clock. A nice pick right there to get him right to the rack.
And beginning to pull away. Really effective play calling halfway through this one.
Well, they figured out what's working.
And that's what they're going to keep hammering on.
Stolen by Joseph. The finish.
Oh! My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there. Jokic a screen. Here's Petrovic. Will it go? That's tipped. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Joseph, the pass to Big Dog. Stolen by Artest. And it's Big Dog with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Denver's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Here's English, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
The line in the game.
An 85% shooter there, and they've been able to count on him hitting his shots from the line.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And so here's Charlotte. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. There's the screen. Joseph, the pass to Big Dog. Joseph up top. Clock at 6. On the wing, Lee. The tray. Sinks the three-pointer. Lee's got 14 points for the game.
And guys, this is the blueprint for winning on the road. How about the level of focus on each and every possession?
They've come in with the great overall strategy, the right attitude, and the scoreboard reflects that.
Oof, ugly start to the second half. They're still scoreless in their first 5 attempts.
As off the mark as he has been, they're a little lucky to be in front.
Pass to Petrovic. Here's English, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
The location of that assist was awesome. That was a sweet lead pass.
Now, here's Joseph. 23 points in the game. To the right side. Right wing. Charlotte moving it around. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's Lee penetrating. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in. Lee's got 5 points now in the quarter.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Jokic a screen. Over to the wing. Here's Petrovic. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. He's got 7. Got a piece of it. Here's B-Train. Joseph with the ball. There's the pick. To the paint. Here's Wilkes. And he jams it with authority.
No, big. Finish emphatic.
He hangs on the rim just for good measure. Wow. Here's Petrovic, covered by Lee. And here is Joseph. In, and his hot hand continues. 10 of 11 from the floor, and looking for more.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
And Holiday kicks to Artest. Now, here's Jokic. He's guarded closer. 6 to shoot. Petrovic with the pass to Jokic. Yep, it counts. Jokic has got 6. Now Joseph, 25 points in the game. Dishes it to Lee. Back to Joseph. Shot clock at 6. Back to Lee. Launches it. And there's a whistle that goes on B-Train. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And trying to be the first one to get his hands on the miss. Instead, he's called for over the back.
And there's nothing malicious about that play. He just isn't in a good spot and can't recover.
Here's what Charlotte's going with right now. Big Daddy's checked in for Big Dog. Big Cat comes in for B-Train. And it's Campbell in for Joseph.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
There's the pass to Wolf. Brand in the post, guarded by Nene. Here's Campbell. He has 5. The second chance effort. Brand sets a screen for Lee. Terrific design on the pick foot, and he lays it in. He's got 18.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Lee against Harris. Nene, the screen. Outside Holiday. Again, Holiday missing.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down. Try to get some easy ones.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. Free throw good. Lee in the game and the culture of basketball has so many subsets. One of those is the basketball shoe culture, the sneaker culture. Players competing almost as much, Chris, for style points as they are for actual points.
Oh, yeah, you know, and I love to say that I was part of that culture, you know, with the black socks and with some different shoes that I've had in the NBA. It's a lot of fun, man. It's something that your fans can relate to. It's something personal. It shows a personal side of what you have, your type of design. So, you know, you're very fortunate if you get your own kick deal, and I was fortunate. It's a lot of fun, and the fans love it.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Barnes outside, and Holiday has it in the corner. Shoots over Campbell. Offensive rebound. Trying to get open is Johnson. That shot misses. Charlotte has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Campbell with it. He's got 5. The feed to Lee. Takes a 3. Claims the 3-pointer. Lee's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the 3rd for Charlotte.
He has them reeling. They haven't had an answer for him this quarter.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. Here's Big Daddy. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. And the Hornets call time here. Garcia, he's checked in for Charlotte. You can just chalk up the points when these guys get to the line. Here are your top free throw shooters for the past month. And you look at the beast, the best in the NBA. You put him on the line, and it's nearly automatic. And, of course, Blackhole, another player that shoots extremely well from the free throw line.
They have both been unconscious from the free throw line. I mean, you could put a blindfold on them, and it wouldn't matter.
Wow, what a sensational quarter from him. And as long as they have this lead, I keep going to him again and again and again and again.
Holiday against Campbell, and it's blocked.
Yeah, they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
That free throw from Lee is good.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Good on both.
Well, he didn't really make a concerted effort in the first to get some free throws, but now all that has changed. Much more active.
Holiday against Campbell. 11 feet away. It's deflected. On the wing, Lee. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. It's on Nene. The first free throw is good. And both free throws good for Lee. Denver with the ball. 1:22 left in the third quarter. Harris dishes to Nene. Got a hand on it, and the whistle stops gameplay. It's not a clean block shot, instead a shooting foul, and we'll see free throws coming up right here. He's made one and missed one so far in the game. That free throw good from Nene. 1:12 left in the third. Here's Charlotte now. They're on a 19-7 run. Over in the corner, Lee.
And not the guy you want to send to the line. He has been automatic.
This will make 4 trips to the line so far in the game.
And he buried a bunch of shots from the stripe in that last game.
And both free throws good for Lee. 1:02 left to play in the third. Denver's gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Johnson the screen, and there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen. And look now at the various locations of the shots taken so far for Joseph.
And really what jumps out to me about this shot chart is just how aggressive he's been when on the floor. I mean, he's doing everything he can to get as close to the hoop as possible before putting up that shot, and it's worked out in a big way for him and his team.
Brand, a screen on Johnson. Campbell kicks to Brand. Over Holiday. Brand, good.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half, sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Nene setting the pick for Harris. Puts it up from 15. That's short off the rim. Garcia against Barnes. Outside, Garcia. Misses the layup. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets with a huge lead at the break. Safe to say there's no catching them today. And they're winning the turnover battle very easily in this one. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much. The Nuggets shooting only 31%. Their offense really struggling to put possessions together. Johnson is out there with Harrison Barnes. Then there's Emmanuel Mudiay. Then there's Nene. And it's Norman in at the shooting guard position. That's the group on the floor for Denver.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wentz.
Well, this is just another case where being aggressive wins out.
And here is Campbell, right wing. Chris, as we all know, you grew up in the Detroit area. It's a town that has seen glory days and hard times. Talk about what it means to you to come from Detroit and what you see in the future for the Motor City.
Well, it means everything to me to be a Detroiter. I think that's what made me successful in my career, is that I took on the heart of the city and the fact that it's a hard-hat town, a blue-collar town, that you have to earn your keep and you have to wish positive for the future. And so it's been great coming from there, and it's hard times being from there. You know that we're resilient, and so it's great to see positive energy enter back into the city. It's great to see the Pistons play in the city for the first time in over 20 years, and so I see the future is bright for Detroit because Detroiters are always there, and as long as we have the people, everything else will be great.
You and I broadcast the last game in the Palace, and I'm wondering what you think the impact will be with the Pistons, as you just talked about, in their brand new building.
I think the impact would be great, but for fans. You know, when I was younger, I wanted to see the city. I wanted to see our team play. And I only lived a few miles from downtown, but about 30 or 40 miles from the Palace. And so I'm happy that the kids that supported the team, that dreams about being a Piston one day, I'm glad they finally get to go to a game. I'm glad that Detroit finally gets to really call the Pistons their own. What is it going to do? It's going to infuse positivity. And so hopefully for everyone, it's a positive environment. That was all about the assist. Great pass to set up the shot.
Screen by Brandt, and the call will be against Emmanuel Mudiay. That is his first foul of the game. And you look at the level of talent in the NBA now, some great players. But we've heard others say the league is watered down. How do you view that statement?
Well, I don't think you can compare eras. I fun with them and debate them, but you know, very sincerely, unless someone can play against each other, it's just a wasted argument. There's different eras, there's different rules. Think about how many threes Larry Bird shot per game. 1.5, 2. What if he could let it fly 10 times a game? We'd be talking about a different player there. So I think times, eras, the physical play of the 80s, of the 90s, I just know that players will handle it differently. Hand checking, the way that we call flagrant one fouls. It's a different league, and so I just choose to celebrate the players that we have now. They're the evolution in my mind. They're kind of the culmination of all the players that have come before them. So I just enjoy the game the way it is now.
Here's Garcia. Passes it to Campbell. Back to Garcia. Just 5 on the clock. And he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
Yeah, just a simple one-hand flush.
I think he got a few more inches on his vertical by going with the spike. The dish to Mudiay. Stripped away. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Charlotte moving it around. Now Campbell. Outside, Garcia. 5 on the clock. Misses the 3.
Well executed. Great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Yeah, coming off of a good pick, you want to get that one. He gets the separation he needs. I know he would love to have that one back.
Pass to Lyons. Campbell with it. Well, the league has begun a program to crunch the numbers and learn how to reduce player injuries. It's just getting started, but Chris, exciting to think that we'd be able to cut down on that part of the game.
Oh, yeah, you're talking to a guy that suffered injuries most of my career. I'm glad that we have more information now as far as, looking on the bench. You have player tracking cameras, the nutrition. You have more research and flexibility and strength, and so now it can all be measured. And as long as the player-doctor relationship is kept in privacy, I think it'll make a big difference.
Kicks it out to Garcia. They set the pick. The pass to Lyons. Now Campbell. Here's ABC. Defended by Mudiay. Charlotte calls timeout. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Big Dog, he's checked in for Big Daddy. B-Train comes in for Big Cat. The Beast, he's checked in for ABC. And it's Joseph in for Campbell. Passes it to Wolf. Got a piece of it. Now here's Johnson. Defense is right there. He dishes it to Allen. Barnes outside. Over in the corner, Moutier. Allen passes to Barnes. Norman, guarded by Garcia. Off the mark with the little step back, Johnny. Charlotte's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Joseph dishes to Garcia. Off the screen, takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
And did you see the screen that was set for him? I mean, that was how he got to the hoop.
It was the classic screen play. It won't show up in the box score, but that screen deserves an assist.
Oh, yeah, incredible teamwork there. A play you perfect only by practicing it until you're blue in the face.
Here's Joseph, and Joseph slams it home.
Yeah, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
That's just the aggressiveness of transition, making sure they come away with points.
Johnson the screen. Now here's Moutier. He's covered by Joseph. There's the screen. Trying to get back on track. Good on the jump shot. Going back to your playing days, Chris. You were drafted by the Magic, but traded on draft day to the Golden State Warriors. If you had suited up for the Magic alongside Shaquille O'Neal, that would have been something.
Oh yeah, I would have tried to.
Oh, goodness! Wow, crazy. Oh, he's putting on a show for these fans.
I can't believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. Pass to Norman. That's a foul called on the Prophet. That'll be his second foul of the game. Denver making a switch here. Murray's checked in. Knocked away. Allen, a screen on Joseph. The pass to Norman. 6 on the shot clock. And again, Denver with the triple.
And the precise passing of Murray, really moving the ball well around the floor.
Here's B-Train. Now, here's Joseph. They set the screen. Passes it to Wolf. Off the pick. And that one is hammered home.
And since they've come out of halftime, they've been extremely poised and very efficient.
And don't forget, very accurate. Taking shots within the floor of the offense. Not something that can be said for their opponent.
Joseph.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
And how about the explosiveness he shows, going from the offensive to the defensive end in a blink.
Here's Wolf. Look at that. And that one is stuffed right through.
And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up. Now here's Murray. He's covered by Joseph. Feeds to Barnes. Shot clock at 5. That's tipped. He blocks it again. And he gets it back. Count it good. And here is Joseph. Inside. Out to the wing. And the layup's good off the glass. Joseph's got 14 points now in the second half.
And every move he makes looks like the right one at this point.
Well, he's extremely accurate here, coming down the stretch, trying to see if he can close this one out.
Here's Barnes. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
Oh, wonderful anticipation. He reads the play perfectly. Then with the quick reaction time.
Nuggets have gone only 6 of 14 from the field in the fourth. Kicks it to Murray. He feeds it to Allen. And there's a minute 45 left in the game. 6 to shoot. Here's Murray. And then Murray with the jam.
And the amazing athleticism of Murray just taking off towards the rim for the jam.
Now Joseph. Pass to Wolf. Off the screen. Oh! And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Hornets.
On a given night, one or two guys might have the off night from the line, but today the team did a much better job with their free throws.
They did lose focus, and it made a difference.
And when it's all said and done here, this will mark their 38th W on the year.
Really, they had their number this season. 2 wins, a home win, and an away win.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Joseph.
Their offense had a great flow to it because of how well he was moving the ball. His assists were way up there, and he kept everybody moving, working to get over.
41 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Murray with it. It's deflected. Here's Joseph. Over to the wing. Here's Wolf. It's blocked. Norman, guarded by Garcia. Dan Johnson now top of the key. Benet setting the pick for Barnes. Oh, trying for it. So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Alt, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.